I have at least five breaking news stories that couldn't wait. My plans for today did not include doing a special edition here in the middle of the day, but there was so much news that was not going to fit into the kind of programming that typically happens after the earnings call later today. That's not a great time to try to interspace in the news of the day. So I figured I better get these out now. And, some of these stories that are breaking probably would have moved the stock if it wasn't earnings day. The stock, as I predicted this morning, is moving around in that 30 to 35 range. And that's probably where it's going to end up at the end of the day. And then we'll see what happens after the end of the day. Anyway, in no particular order, although I am going to, of course, save the best till last. Brian Wang has this. He says, China media tested Tesla's FSD against 34 other competing ADAS systems. They tested ADAS and FSD in various scenarios, including highways and night driving. Tesla's vision-based system significantly outperformed emerging Chinese brands like Huawei and Xiaomi, as well as traditional manufacturers. Even with LiDAR, competitors' ADAS performance lags behind Tesla. Only 6 out of the other 34 systems passed half of the tests. They got 3 out of 6. 24 passed only 1 or none of the tests. And Tesla had vehicles in the tests. The Tesla vehicles passed 5 out of 6. So 5 out of 6 for Tesla, 3 out of 6 for several of the others, and most of them only got 1 or none right. The test scenarios were: 1, sudden steering by lead vehicle, a highway scenario, which they showed some videos of that if you want to look on X and check those out, a temporary construction zone, a construction zone with a stationary truck, a crashed vehicle spotted on the highway, aggressive merge on an on-ramp. That's one that I have all the time here in California, and a boar darting across the highway. So they got some Democrat to run across the highway. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, different spelling. I'm sorry. The construction zone with stationary truck and the boar, wild pig, darting across the highway, and the aggressive merge on the on-ramp were problems for almost all of the systems. About half of China's systems could pass only 1 or none of the tests, as I noted before. All right, so then we have this number 2 story, or number 4, if we're counting down. This is from Keon Tweets. He says, so xAI's CFO, this is xAI. I know it's not completely a Tesla story, but wait, it is a Tesla story. xAI's CFO just implied that they'll be buying chips other than NVIDIA's to reach their ultimate goal. Then Chamath, yeah, you can say his name, proposed that Tesla's DOJO would help fulfill that demand. I don't know, but if Elon says that xAI will buy DOJO chips, then Tesla is in for some fireworks. And Jeff Lutz responded to this. He says, not unreasonable for Tesla to see a massive DOJO AI chip order from xAI soon, given how well it goes on the latest DOJO, given how well testing goes on the latest DOJO tape out so far and the lead times that they're showing. So there you go. And I asked Grok, I said, is there a chance that this could happen? Here's what Grok said. Tesla and xAI collaboration. Tesla and xAI, both led by Elon Musk, already collaborate closely. xAI has purchased significant amounts of Tesla's Megapacks, $191 million in 2020 dollars worth in 2024 and $36.8 million through February of 2025 for its data centers, indicating a willingness to source hardware from Tesla. Well, that's not surprising. DOJO 2 is in production. Tesla's DOJO 2 chips, which are reported to have 10 times the compete performance of DOJO 1, which is 3.6 petaflops versus 0.8, are already in volume as of mid-2025, according to TSMC and Elon Musk. This makes them a viable option for xAI's AI trading needs. Cost efficiency posts on X and web analysts suggest that using DOJO chips could reduce costs for XAI by avoiding NVIDIA's high profit margins. So Tesla would maybe be willing to sell for less than 75% profit margins. With XAI planning to scale to 1 million GPU superchargers by late 2025, cost-effective alternatives like DOJO could be attractive. Elon has said in the past, and other people have talked about this in the past, that if DOJO is going to become a player in this space, it is the thing that could eventually cause NVIDIA to have to lower their prices. Speculation on X. Several posts on X indicated growing sentiment that XAI might integrate DOJO chips into its long-term strategy, especially as Tesla ramps up DOJO 2 production. For example, well, the two people that I just mentioned have speculated about XAI purchasing DOJO chips, with some suggesting this could lead to significant marketing impacts for Tesla. Strategic alignment. DOJO chips are optimized for Tesla and XAI's workloads, particularly for training large language models and full self-driving systems. If XAI aims to maintain a lead in AI model development, DOJO's specialized architecture could be a strategic fit. I think I would characterize it just slightly differently. I'm not sure that those are the LLMs and the self-driving FSD architectures are what's critical. What's critical is designing it specifically for what Elon Musk believes the best way to get to AGI is, and that might actually be neither of the above. It may be something completely different that would be very specific to XAI, as opposed to the kind of general capabilities that you get with the NVIDIA chips. Elon Musk says, story number 3, I think. Either way, if you're counting up or counting down, story number 3. Optimus will bring the food to your car next year. So Optimus is going to replace the young people. So far I've only seen ladies on roller skates, bringing the food to your car over at the Tesla diner or diners. So we could have Tesla diners nationwide in major cities across the country, and we could have Optimus robots bringing the food. He also said that he would be potentially dressing those Tesla Optimus up in cute clothes. All right, this from Sawyer Merritt, story number 2. After years of work, I mean, it's related. It's not 100% Tesla at this point, but it's very important. It's one of the biggest things on the list. After years of work, T-Mobile and SpaceX are officially launching the cellular Starlink service today, allowing smartphone users to remain connected at dead zones. The T-Satellite service has been available since January through a free beta program, which attracted 1.8 million signups. But starting today, July 23rd, T-Mobile begins charging subscribers for the service. U.S. consumers on rival networks can subscribe for $10 a month. So that is just bonkers. That is going to be, this means that you can have a service on your phone that means that wherever you are, Cern Basher, even if you're at the top of some mountain someplace, are visiting Antarctica, our Uncle Arctica, I don't know. Anyway, not Tesla at all, but huge. This story, this is very, very big. Atlanta Fed business inflation expectations. This is the Atlanta Fed, which is the one where they use for kind of amassing all of the data for the country, and then they make projections of what they think the GDP is going to be, etc. So now listen carefully to this. This is number 1 in my story list. Atlanta Fed says that business inflation expectations for the next 12 months fell to 2.3% in July, down by almost 1/5 from the 2.8 in April. With the announcement of recent trade deals, this should drop further in August. According to the respondents, the respondents in various districts had different opinions, but it came out to an average of 2.3 right now. This completely eliminates any excuse that Powell has with regard to dropping rates next week. I think it's next week. It's either next week or the following week. That's it. He's out of excuses. We're talking about 2.3 is now the expected. Remember, it isn't really about what the rates are, what the interest rates are. I mean, I'm sorry, what inflation rates are. It's what the expectations are. And right now, those expectations are dropping like a rock and are very close to 2%. And Powell has said over and over again that he shouldn't wait until they're at 2%. You need to stop. You need to start lowering interest rates before you get there. We've also heard various people, almost 100% across the board now, saying that they think the economy will be slowing in the next couple of months. Job gains, it's just all across almost every sector, little minor pieces of information that we could be looking at, maybe only a 1%, 1.3% GDP increase in the third quarter, or at least, based on the month to month. I don't think it'll last very long, and nobody's really suggesting that it will, but we could see a little slowing. I think Powell should, he's going to be too late again, but this is a huge story. That's one of the main reasons I wanted you to get this now instead of waiting until, well, whatever. And I don't think anybody's going to be reporting it. You're going to miss this because what the Atlanta Fed doesn't often get into the top headlines, but this should be a top headline. And then from Real EJ on Tony again, he says the Chicago Fed says that national financial conditions loosened even further last week to the lowest level since early 22 as the risk index continues dropping. Credit is loosening. Leverage has remained consistent even after adjusting for macroeconomic conditions. The index is very loose. So this means money is available, money is flowing, things are the risk is up. I just noticed, in fact, let me grab it right now. The VIX was trading down today. Let me grab it here for you. The VIX, I hit the wrong thing. Very sorry. The VIX is sitting at 15.4, down another 6.67% today. So with the trade deals done in Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines, with the European Union very close apparently to a trade deal, then the VIX is getting very happy here. We're getting down into risk-on kinds of areas. Interestingly, the Dow is up a full point. NASDAQ only 0.33. Tesla is now down just a tad at 330 and change, almost 331. And the S&P is up 0.63. So, and the Magnificent Seven is mixed still. NVIDIA, for instance, is up 1.37. And all the Cathie Woods, just like they were this morning, are still up. But guess what? As it was true this morning also, the bonds are way up. Now, the bonds might be responding right now to the fact that there's going to be a lot of bond sales in the second half, and maybe the people are worried about that. So even the Fed going down, if they did drop by a quarter, if they surprised everybody and dropped by a quarter because of this inflation rate information that just came out, it's unlikely to impact the 10-year very much. We might see some, if the 10-year bond sales go well, or the 20-year bond sales, 30-year bond sales, if the long bonds sell well in these auctions that are coming up, that could be very good news in terms of getting the bond prices down. All right. That's what I wanted to tell you about. If you didn't see this morning's show where I gave you the rest of the news of the day, I'll put the card up here for that. Later on today, I'm still expecting, hopefully, is Brian Wang that will join me at the roughly an hour after the end of the earnings call. Let me put out that other call again. If you're interested in helping with the book, if you'd like to be a reader, just send me an email, randykirk77@gmail. Just send me that email. Say, hey, I just want to be a reader. There's no competition. You don't have to prove yourself. Many people are sending their entire resumes, which is fine, and that's very, very helpful to me. Some people are just giving me short resumes, which, again, it's good to see that some of the folks that are going to be helping have, I don't know, PhDs, long histories in AI, experience with writing and editing. I mean, those are helpful, believe me, in terms of putting together a great book. So with the talent that we've got writing the book, now we've got some substantial talent helping with the reading and the analysis. If you'd like to be one of those people, just add yourself to the list by sending a quick note to my email. And by the way, I'll get back to everybody in a few days. I need to accumulate at least 100 people. And then I'll send out an email blast to everybody where we will, let you know kind of what the next steps are. But nothing's going to happen for a month. So the group is going to start writing like now. And we should finish the writing about this time next month. So somewhere around the third week of August, we should complete the book. Then we will turn it over to you guys to go ahead and read it early before everybody else. You have to read it, give us your comments back, and then hopefully we'll get this thing published in mid-September. All right. That's all I got for you right now. As always, please hit the like button and subscribe if you didn't already do all that stuff. And it's been great talking to you.